वीडियो बना लो. Hello everyone and welcome to St. Andrew's Institute of Technology and Management, situated at Gurgaon, Delhi NCR. St. Andrew's College Institute of Technology and Management is the best college. This provides best placement and best education. They have very fine infrastructure that meets the global standards. It is one of the finest college in terms of education, in terms of overall development of the child. This is a college that provides you 100% job placement and assistance. It it gives very high importance to training and to students' future. This is one of the best college that you can take admissions into. And what are the courses it offers? It offers BTech, BCA, and BBA. And they're soon upcoming with MBA, Architecture, and Law. So, the subject we shall be discussing here in this video is Principles of Software Engineering. Code is CSE 302F. This is a CSE 6th semester subject. The topic we shall be taking in here is software reviews, cost impact of software defect, defect amplification and removal. Software review. Software review is systematic inspection of a software by one or more individual who work together to find and resolve errors and defects into the software during the early stages of software development lifecycle. Like why early stages? Because you don't want to increase your cost if you find any sort of an error, right? What are the objectives? The very first is to improve the productivity of the development team. Next is to make the testing process time and cost effective. Then to make final software with fewer defects. And in the end to eliminate the inadequacies. So this is how the process of software review happens. You have an introduction, then you have a management preparation, you have review planning, then you prepare for the same, and then you have examination and you exit the evaluation process. So this is how a software review happens, and all these steps are self-explanatory. What are the advantages? Defects can be identified at earlier stage of development, especially in formal review, right? Earlier inspection reduces the maintenance cost of the software. This was the one that I was talking in when I began my video, right? And it can be used to train technical authors, which is very correct. It can be used to remove process inadequacies that encourage defects. Next topic we come to cost impact of software defects. Okay, see, the cost of defects can be measured by the impact of the defects when we find them. In the same way, when defect or error is found in the design, that is during the design review, then design can be corrected and it can be reissued. But if the error is not caught in the specification and is found till the user acceptance, then the cost to fix these errors or defect will be way too expensive, right? So it will become very costly if you detect the error in the later stages. So if the error is made and consequent defect is detected to the requirement phase, then it is relatively cheap to fix it, right? So any error in the starting stage is really easier, but in the later stages become difficult. And see, this is how it happens. The cost is on one time and time is on one time. Time means as your SDLC model processes. So you have requirement, you have requirement in here, you have design, build, test, and live use. So as you go on find the error in the later stages, so that cost escalates, right? Next we come to defect application and removal. See, a defect application model can be used to illustrate the generation and detection of errors during the preliminary design, detailed design, and coding steps of the software engineering process, right? So you illustrate the generation and detection of errors during these preliminary designs and detailed designs. Then it represents a software development step. During the steps, error may be inadvertently generated. So like during these steps, and errors are inadvertently generated. The review may fail to uncover newly generated errors and errors from previous steps, which is very correct, right? Resulting in some number of errors that are passed through. So if you do not see the newly error that are generated in terms of correcting it, so you are actually increasing the error for the next consequent stages, right? This is what is explained in the last point, that in some cases error passed through from previous steps are amplified by an amplification factor, say x, that happens due to the correct work, and the box subdivision represent each of these characteristics and percentage of efficiency of detecting errors. So function of the thoroughness of the review is presented in here. See, these are errors passed through, and this is amplified error 1 is to x, and these are the newly generated errors. So ultimately it increases, so perceive efficiency of error generation, and then this pass to the next step, right? So this is how this takes place. So previous error actually amplifying the next error, right? So you find it and remove it in the first place only. So the important question following are: what is software review, what are the cost impact of software defects, and what is defect amplification and removal. I hope you liked the video. Thank you. That's all for today.